What's up, everyone? Welcome back to All About AI Tech, your one-stop shop for all things AI, where we break down complex tech trends into bite-sized pieces you can actually use. Today, we're diving headfirst into the world of AI policy and regulations. Because let's face it, AI is evolving faster than a self-learning algorithm, and it's crucial we understand the rules of the game. We're talking Australia's fresh take on government AI use, Japan's cautious yet ambitious AI defense strategy, and the EU's latest moves to keep AI in check. So grab your thinking caps, smash that like button, and let's get started. First up, we're heading down under to Australia, where the government just dropped a brand new AI policy framework. And trust me, they're not just dipping their toes in the water. They're going full-on Crocodile Dundee on this one. They've realized that AI's potential benefits are massive. We're talking about boosting the economy, improving public services, and even tackling some of those wicked problems we've been grappling with for years. But they're not naive to the risks either. That's why they've put a huge emphasis on responsible AI development and use. We're talking transparency, accountability, and making sure AI benefits all Australians, not just a select few. One of the coolest things about Australia's AI policy is its focus on practical guidelines, not just vague principles. They've rolled out a new policy for the responsible use of AI in government, which is all about setting clear expectations for how government agencies can use AI in a way that's ethical, effective, and above all, builds public trust. They're also big on fostering collaboration. They've set up a national AI center to bring together the best minds in the field, from researchers to industry experts to policymakers, to share knowledge and shape the future of AI in Australia. And as someone who's been banging the drum for responsible AI for years, I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed with Australia's proactive approach. It's a clear signal that they're serious about becoming a global leader in AI, but not at the expense of their values or their people, and that's something worth celebrating. Now, let's talk about risk because let's be real, no conversation about AI is complete without addressing the potential downsides. Australia gets this, and they're taking a risk-based approach to AI regulation. This means they're not trying to over-regulate the entire field from the get-go. Instead, they're focusing on high-risk AI applications, the ones that could have significant impact on individuals' lives or on society as a whole. Think things like AI in healthcare, criminal justice, or financial services. For these high-risk areas, they're looking at introducing stricter rules and oversight mechanisms to make sure things don't go sideways. But for lower-risk AI applications, like chatbots or recommendation systems, they're taking a more hands-off approach, allowing for innovation to flourish without being stifled by unnecessary red tape. It's about finding that sweet spot between promoting AI development and protecting the public interest, and it'll be interesting to see how this risk-based approach plays out in practice. Alright, let's hop over to Japan, the land of the rising sun and, increasingly, the land of cutting-edge robotics and AI. Japan has always been a technological powerhouse, and they're not about to fall behind in the global AI race. But their approach to AI, especially when it comes to defense, is a fascinating mix of ambition and caution. On one hand, they recognize the huge potential of AI to enhance their military capabilities. With an aging population and increasing security threats in the region, they're looking to AI to do everything from boost the efficiency of their self-defense forces to develop next-generation autonomous weapon systems. In fact, they've already poured billions of yen into AI research and development, and they've been pretty upfront about their plans to integrate AI into various aspects of their defense strategy. But here's where the caution comes in. Japan has a complex historical relationship with military technology, and they're determined not to repeat the mistakes of the past. So while they're embracing AI for defense, they're doing it with a strong emphasis on ethics and human control. They've made it clear that they're not interested in developing fully autonomous weapon systems that can make life or death decisions without human intervention. For them, it's all about using AI to augment and support human decision-making, not replace it entirely. And this focus on human-centric AI is reflected in their AI principles, which emphasize things like transparency, accountability, and the need to prevent unintended consequences. So, Japan's approach to AI defense is all about striking that delicate balance between leveraging the latest tech to enhance their security and staying true to their values of peace and human dignity. It's a tightrope walk, for sure, but it'll be fascinating to see how they navigate this complex landscape in the years to come. It's important to note that Japan's journey to fully embracing AI in defense isn't without its hurdles. They've got some cultural and bureaucratic mountains to climb. For starters, there's still some lingering hesitation within Japanese society about the use of AI in warfare. Memories of World War II and a strong pacifist streak run deep, and that influences public opinion on these matters. This means the government has to tread carefully and be super transparent about its AI and defense plans if they want to get the public on board. Then there's the bureaucratic maze. Japan's defense ministry is known for its slow-moving decision-making processes, and integrating something as complex and rapidly evolving as AI into that system is no easy feat. It requires breaking down silos, fostering collaboration between different branches of the military and civilian research institutions, and maybe even shaking up some of those traditional ways of doing things. Now, let's zoom over to Europe, where the European Union is taking its own unique approach to AI regulation. And let me tell you, these guys are serious about getting it right. They've been working on this for a while now, and they've come up with a comprehensive set of rules and guidelines designed to make sure AI is developed and used in a way that benefits everyone. The EU's approach is all about one key word: trustworthiness. They want to make sure that people can trust AI systems to be fair, unbiased, and respectful of their fundamental rights. Think of it like this. The EU is like that friend who always reads the terms and conditions before clicking agree. They're not afraid to ask the tough questions and set clear boundaries to protect what they value most. One of the most interesting things the EU is doing right now is figuring out how to regulate general-purpose AI systems. Now, this is where things get really interesting. General-purpose AI refers to those super versatile AI systems that can be used for a whole bunch of different tasks. Think of large language models like ChatGPT or image generators like DALL-E. These systems are capable of some pretty amazing things, but they also come with a unique set of challenges when it comes to regulation. Because these systems are so flexible, it's hard to predict in advance how they might be used, for good or for bad. And that's what makes the EU's efforts to develop guidelines for GPAI so important. They're grappling with some seriously tough questions. How do you balance the need to encourage innovation with the need to prevent harm? How do you ensure these powerful tools are used responsibly and ethically? It's a work in progress, but the EU's focus on GPAI is a sign of how seriously they're taking the potential impact of these technologies on society. Another hallmark of the EU's approach is their emphasis on collaboration. They get that regulating AI isn't a one-size-fits-all situation. It requires input from a whole bunch of stakeholders, governments, businesses, researchers, and most importantly, everyday citizens. That's why they're big on public consultations, gathering feedback from a wide range of voices to make sure their regulations are as effective and fair as possible. They've also set up expert groups and advisory bodies to provide technical and ethical guidance on AI development and deployment. It's clear that the EU sees this as a collective effort, a shared responsibility to ensure that AI benefits humanity as a whole. And honestly, that's an approach I can really get behind. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly are some of the key principles underpinning these AI regulations we've been talking about? Well, across the board, whether it's Australia, Japan, or the EU, there are some common themes emerging. Human oversight and control. This means making sure humans are ultimately in charge of AI systems, and that these systems are designed to respect human autonomy and decision-making, transparency, and explainability. It's crucial that we're able to understand how AI systems work, how decisions are made, and what data is being used to train these systems. This is essential for building trust and ensuring accountability if things go wrong. Fairness and non-discrimination. AI systems need to be designed and trained on data that's free of bias, and we need to make sure they're not perpetuating or amplifying existing inequalities in our societies. Privacy and data protection. AI relies heavily on data, but we need to ensure that people's privacy is respected and that their data is used responsibly and ethically. Robustness and safety. AI systems need to be resilient to attacks and malfunctions, and we need to have safeguards in place to prevent unintended consequences that could harm individuals or society as a whole. These are just a few of the core ethical principles guiding AI regulation around the world, and it's encouraging to see these values reflected in the policies and approaches we've discussed today. Of course, no discussion about AI policy and regulation would be complete without acknowledging the challenges and the incredible opportunities that lie ahead. Implementing these regulations effectively across different countries and contexts won't be easy. We're talking about striking a balance between fostering innovation and protecting the public interest, ensuring these regulations keep pace with the breakneck speed of AI development and addressing the potential for regulatory fragmentation. The last thing we want is a patchwork of conflicting rules that stifle cross-border collaboration and innovation. But amidst these challenges, there's also enormous opportunity. The global conversation around AI ethics and governance is gaining momentum, and there's a real chance to shape the future of AI in a way that benefits all of humanity. By working together, sharing best practices, and engaging in open and honest dialogue, we can harness the power of AI for good while mitigating the risks. It's a collective effort, and it's up to all of us to ensure that AI is used to create a more just, equitable, and prosperous future for everyone. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of AI policy and regulation in Australia, Japan, and the European Union. What do you think about these different approaches? Which elements do you find most effective? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm genuinely interested in hearing your perspectives, and that's what this channel is all about. Creating a space where we can learn from each other, share our insights, and navigate the exciting, sometimes overwhelming, world of AI together. Because let's face it, AI is too important to be left to the experts alone. It's going to impact all of our lives, and we all have a role to play in shaping its future. Before you go, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on future deep dives into the world of AI. A huge thank you for being part of the All About AI Tech community. Your support means the world to me. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and as always, stay ahead of the AI curve.